Hey Cosmic Fam, it's your girl Cosmic Jazz 222, and today I am back with another prediction and vibe check, sort of. And this is in regards to the United States specifically. So before we get into anything, because child, I just want to say to all my returning subscribers and Cosmic Fam members, welcome back, y'all. So good for you guys to be here. For those of you guys who are just coming across my channel for the first time, welcome. So, yes, the United States, where do we begin? There's a lot happening. People are afraid, people are anxious at this moment, and there is this level of uncertainty of what's to come. And I just want to send love to everyone who is feeling that way. I mean, I'm sort of on edge as well. So, yes, a lot has been happening with the United States. We got the tariffs, we have alliances definitely shifting, we have this alleged martial law thing. I don't even know if that's going to be a thing, but we're going to see we're going to see through the cards what's about to pop off. Remember, this is all legit for entertainment purposes only. You do not have to believe anything I have to say, and just know that I'm coming to this unbiased, and you don't got to believe it, but keep it cute in the comment section. I know this is sort of a political reading if we're going to go there. So yeah, just keep it cute in the comment sections. You can have your opinions, but don't be rude. Okay, so anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to look into the United States. I want to see what the energy is for our country at the moment. And then we're going to see what the energy is surrounding the country. And yeah, we're just going to see. Okay. All right, so we have the Four Swords already. Four of Wands. Oh my goodness. Listen, post Mercury retrograde fog. Anyways, Four of Wands reverse for the United States. What else do we need to know regarding the energy of the United States currently? I just heard something about the housing market. Something about the housing market is going through changes or is about to go through a big change. Okay, let's see what else. What does the United States, what's going on with the United States? Over energy is the Magician. Let's get an oracle. Energy surrounding the United States or of the United States. Conflict and defeat with transformation as the overall energy. Okay, so we got the Death card here with the Hermit. The best way to describe the United States right now is pretty much vulnerable and isolated. And these decisions that are being made right now, yes, it's sort of for self-preservation, but it does come with some form of repercussion. So the one card that's really standing out to me the most is conflict and defeat. This is technically the Five of Swords, and conflict and defeat is all about trying to win at all costs, trying to be the victor, battles, and to a certain extent, pettiness, especially verbally. Now, I want you guys to observe this card real quick. You see how this man is running down the stairs, which is the complete opposite of what everybody else is doing. It's almost like the United States is showing up in that manner, making decisions that, the country believes is best for them. And it may not necessarily be a benefit to the other nations, the other countries, or to the world as a collective. Now, because of these decisions, of course, it's creating conflict, and it's creating a lasting ripple, I'm hearing, for the years to come. Transformation. What I'm seeing in my mind's eye is, let's say a caterpillar is going through metamorphosis, and it's in the process of transforming in its cocoon, and it's about to basically pop out as a butterfly. Even though it's going through transformation, that is possibly one of its most vulnerable moments because it is susceptible to predators. So it's kind of a similar energy I'm seeing with the United States. There are many things that, our leaders are trying to change, and they believe, for example, with the Two of Pentacles, certain exchanges, certain alliances, as I stated before, are not beneficial. Seven of Pentacles is like we've been investing, we've been giving our resources, we've been doing this, doing that, but we are not receiving what we believe is in our best interest. We don't believe we are receiving what we need. That's equally the same. And on top of that, there's a lack of trust here, specifically with the King of Cups reversed and the High Priestess reversed. The United States, I don't want to say the Americans, maybe it could be a portion of the Americans, but it's mostly the leaders. They feel as if certain alliances, certain countries we've been associated with are not helping, and they're not trustworthy, and there's certain weird business dealings that have been occurring. Now, I'm not saying the United States is innocent. I'm not saying that. However, this is just based on the perspective of the American leaders and possibly part of the American population. Now, depending on where you're at, how you feel about this, you might believe that these changes are actually beneficial, and we can hope that it leads to a good outcome. But for others of you, you might feel like these changes are actually taking us 10 steps back. So there is a great divide here, which is only making us more vulnerable. Now, I'm seeing this divide happening here with the Four of Wands reverse. This to me usually represents home. Like, I want you guys to look at this, even in the original depiction of, the Four of Wands and the Rider-Waite. Four of Wands is all about home, stability, things that bring us safety, but it's showing up reverse. So as a whole, our nation is unstable right now, and there's a divide. And I did pick up something about housing, the housing market. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but there are a lot of Americans that are losing their jobs right now, and there's a lot of Americans feel like they can't even keep their home. I'm hearing leases, I'm hearing mortgage is probably too high now. And that's only being clarified by the King of Pentacles reverse. This is somebody who's not financially stable. Okay. So something about housing and just having a stable home is becoming, or might be becoming, an issue for quite a few Americans, people that live in the United States. And of course, that is bringing in stress and anxiety here with the Nine of Swords, people losing sleep, people unsure of what the future holds and are basically panicking about their own survival. And that's clarified by the Seven of Wands reverse. I can't keep my position anymore. I'm losing my position. I can't prove myself. I can't defend myself. There's somebody who's in their bubble, but now that bubble has burst. So many people in the United States feel like they are in a vulnerable position where they can't even fend for themselves. I will say, due to all of these changes, it's definitely not going to improve right away. I'm not feeling that. In fact, I feel like there's more tower moments that will be happening where it's going to basically change the dynamic, not only within our own structure of our country, but also our allegiances, our alliances, what countries we are connecting with. And of course, we know Canada, Mexico, they're kind of looking at us with a side eye right now. And then we got China. So, that's why I keep saying, like, we're in this bubble right now, or we're in this isolative energy. I saw the Hermit. Where was it? Oh, yeah, it was over here. Solitude. This is us right now. And of course, a lot of countries are looking at us sideways, like, what you doing? But then we're looking at them sideways, like, well, you've been doing X, Y, and Z. So it's a back and forth, y'all. It's very ghetto. Let's put it that way. Very ghetto. I must say, there is I'm not sure if this is like an actual person, but this could be a potential earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I'm getting potential water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. A lot of Pisces. So I'm seeing definitely lack of trust. I'm even getting, there's going to be information revealed in the near future regarding certain alliances that are not trustworthy. And I'm seeing that with the Justice reversed. This is all about not sharing the truth, not being for justice, not being fair, not being equal. So this could be alliances with countries, or this could be an actual partnership between two people or a group of people that's going to be highlighted in the near future. Yeah, and I'm seeing there's a bad investment because of that, or a bad investment leads to the revelation of this. Okay, so that's the energy of the United States. Very chaotic, very stressful, very much not united. United States should be the divided states, you know? That's what I'm seeing with this. But that's how we are right now. Now, I want to see, because there's a lot of, I want to see how other countries are viewing us right now. Let's get into that. Let's get into that tea. How are other countries viewing us at this very moment? Viewing the United States. So I saw the Four of Pentacles with the Emperor reverse. Some countries are definitely reevaluating their connections to us. Some of them are trying to even limit how much information or how much we are exchanging with them. So this could be the tariffs, you know, that could be what this is. But let's see. How are other countries viewing the United States at this moment? How are other countries viewing the United States? I just heard liability. Liability. They don't know if they can trust us. Some countries, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them feel as though we're not trustworthy anymore, or we easily flip. You know, we won't be necessarily loyal. At the end of the day, Eight of Swords. I'm even getting some countries we've been possibly helping out or feeling now left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles. This is all about lack of resources. Some countries feel like we are using our power in the wrong way. So I'm definitely seeing a power dynamic being highlighted that is causing a rift. If I'm going to be completely honest, I saw this before, and I'm seeing this once again. There are certain alliances, there are certain countries that we have been pretty close with who are going to disband. Like, we're not going to be really connected with them as much as before. Three of Swords is really hinting at that. You know, when I'm doing like a love reading, for example, when I see the Three of Swords, I see heartbreak, I see separation. That's how the Three of Swords shows up to me. So kind of like in a similar sense, there's a breakup with certain alliances, certain connections with other countries. The Death card reversed with the Ace of Pentacles. Again, they feel like we are going backwards, or we're going back on our words. And that's why with the Seven of Swords, they don't know if we would necessarily be a benefit to them. I keep seeing separation. Two of Wands. Like going different ways, parting ways. Okay. What else am I getting with this? Power. Yeah, it's like they're viewing us as using our power in not the right way. And I'm definitely getting a lot of ego. Even some of these countries, their leaders are starting to show up more, how do I describe, aggressive, because they don't feel like we're necessarily playing it fair. Memories of love is like, what happened to our agreement? What happened to our relationship? And it's almost like now it's full-blown a petty war. I'm not going to say like full-blown war, but battle, it's like the clash of egos. That's what this feels like to me. So yeah, there's a lot of confusion. They don't know what we're about to do, and that kind of scares them. They are worried about our decisions because they know it's going to heavily impact them in some way. Now I want to look into China. Energy between China and the United States. I am very curious about that. Then I'm going to see what can we expect in the near future. Energy between China and the United States. So China is going to be on the left, the United States on the right. Energy between us is in the middle. Okay, so this is China, United States. The United States energy. How are the United States showing up? Okay. Then energy between both countries. So China is showing up as the Ace of Wands reversed. United States is showing up as strength. And then the energy between both countries is the Three of Wands. So let me just say, I would say in the near future, we're going to see the United States definitely putting our foot down some more. Strength is all about, yes, patience, playing the long game, but this is also all about showing up courageously, brave, and not being shaken by anything. Even if words are exchanged, even if certain actions are taken, certain decisions are made from China, this is all about, I'm not going to move a muscle. I'm going to stay in my place. I'm going to basically show my power. And it's similar to the power card that showed up earlier. Now, China, it's interesting. China is showing up as the Ace of Wands reversed. This is all about like trying to manifest something or trying to make something happen, but it fizzles out. So, and then Three of Wands between us, all about expansion, looking towards the future. I don't know if y'all are going to believe this or not, but it kind of feels like China, the United States, although it's looking a little bit ugly right now with the tariffs, I do believe there will be some form of compromise in the near future, especially with the Hierophant here sitting at the center, clarifying the future, which is the Three of Wands. The Hierophant's all about commitments. It's all about initiation and making promises. And then China, I'm seeing, is like, whatever they're trying to do is almost like backfiring in a way. That's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands. So I do see them with the Page of Wands trying to communicate and give us some form of a compromise or some type of offer. And the United States is showing up as the Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like we're showing up in a stronger position compared to China. And there is an agreement that will benefit the United States a lot. Will it benefit China? I'm not too sure. We can see. I think to a certain extent it will. Whatever agreement. So it's definitely regarding the tariffs and exporting and all that good stuff. I think it will benefit China in some way, but the United States will be benefiting way more because we have the Wheel of Fortune here. I think China is learning to kind of play it smart a little bit more and I guess look at the bigger picture. But again, I have no bone in this. This is just based on what I'm seeing. So this is not my input at all, y'all. So I just want to put that out there. Okay. But there's a lot of stress. It's definitely feeling like an ego war. I'm not going to lie, guys. I also have a question because China is showing up as the Queen of Swords. Is their leader a potential air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? That would be kind of funny if they are, because I know Trump is a Gemini, so I'm wondering if their leader is also an air sign. Their leader is pretty intelligent too, so it's like, I feel like at the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for them. And if it's teaming up potentially and making a new pact or contract or some type of, an agreement with the United States, that might be where we're leading. But it could change. It could change. Dang. We'll see. We'll see with that. Let me just clarify. So what is the energy between the United States and China in the near future? Where's this headed? New beginnings. Guys. And then we got shadow. I feel like China and the United States are going to make some type of an agreement. I feel like the agreement's already in place, but it's hidden with the shadow. This is technically the moon. So they're agreeing behind closed doors. They're making promises. They're making some type of an agreement. And yes, things are a bit chaotic right now, but there are plans in place. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, look, patient and planning. 7 of Pentacles. And with new beginnings, this is like a new alliance forming. Girl, I know you're lying. I hope they're not playing in our face, because that'd be, look, underlying energies is the Ace of Swords. Not them playing in our face. Hold on. The heart chakra. Yo, they're playing in our face. Y'all, they're just being petty. Wait a minute. Bro. Are you freaking serious? 3 of Pentacles. Partnerships and alliances. They're playing in our face. They are actually making agreements. We're going to see. The energy might change, but I keep seeing 3. I keep seeing collaboration. I keep seeing them like joining forces. So, girl, if the United States and China, girl, we're going to see. We're going to see what plays out. But yeah, I'm okay. Okay, we're just going to leave it at that. Okay, so I want to look into this martial law thing, rumor. I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to see. Is martial law going to be enforced in the near future? Let me just put it that way. And I'm not going to make this too long. Is martial law going to be enforced in the near future? Was it like April 20th or something? I kind of feel like it's a rumor, not going to lie. I think they're not being for real. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This is all about failure. So no. Justice reverse. The Tower reverse. No. In fact, I'm glad to see all of these cards specifically reversed, because if they were upright, I'll be singing a different tune. Let's just put it that way. King of Swords is all talk. And we all know who the King of Swords is. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is all talk. King of Wands is the ego, pride. It's all talk. And justice is all about what's not fair, right? So we have failure, we have things that are not fair, and lack of truth. And then the Tower reverse is all about avoiding. So there's going to be avoidance of that situation. I even think like legally, like something about the legal aspect of trying to enforce martial law is going to cause this to not happen. So again, if y'all are very versed in the legal system and politics, let me know what this term is, okay? Because I'm just a girl, you know, I'm just a girl. Okay, so anyways, let me see what advice. I think we need some advice. What advice do you have for Americans at this time? What do we need to do? What can we do? By the way, guys, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate the support. Okay, what can Americans do? Okay, we got King of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Judgment reverse. Okay. And then with the Nine of Pentacles, focus on yourself. Okay, I think that's the best. Yeah, with the Empress reverse, focus and nurture yourself. For everyone, it doesn't matter what you believe in, what side you're on. It really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, all of this is causing some form of stress to everyone. I'm getting focus on the things that matter, the things that truly matter to you, the things that you value. And this includes your happiness. This includes your peace of mind, your health, your mental health. All of that matters. With the Judgment reverse and the Nine of Pentacles reverse, I'm getting don't listen too much to the noise, because again, a lot of the stuff that's happening or is being said on the news, you can argue it's propaganda. For others of you, it's more of it's a petty battle, like a Cold War. It's kind of giving that vibe. It's like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And it's all talk. There's a lot of fear mongering happening right now. And I'm specifically seeing that with the Judgment reverse. A lot of fear mongering, a lot of people coming in, acting like they know what they're talking about. But in reality, it's all to bring up some form of a stir. Okay, it's supposed to bring out reactions. And the best thing you can do right now is focus on things that matter. Don't get wrapped up into like being Twitter fingers or trying to argue with people online. It really doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter. Nothing you say matters. Especially with the arguing, the echo chambers, it really does not help. It really doesn't. So focus on what's best for you. Protect your peace of mind. Definitely protect your assets. Do not invest in anything that's unstable right now. Make sure you're definitely checking what you're putting your money financially, where you're putting your money and your time into, because that's going to be really highlighted in the coming months. Be patient. Be patient with yourself, with strength. Be strong during this time. Again, do not let the noise distract you. And just know, yes, we're going through some tough times, but again, being so wrapped up in all of this, we're going through all of this together, y'all. Remember, even though it's a lot of division, a lot of chaos, we're in this together. So I think we need to remember that. And going at each other's necks is not going to solve the problem. So with that being said, I hope this resonated, y'all. And I hope you guys at least enjoyed it in some way. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.